Wynne.
Ben.
I am so hyped about this podcast.
It's good, isn't it?
I've been thinking about this one all week.
Oh, about doing this one?
Yeah. I'm just excited about it.
It's
just hyped.
Do you know what makes the massive difference for me is like the comments. It's almost like people like it.
I know.
It's really weird.
We can't solely take their word for it though, can we?
No. But you've got people saying like, this was an hour ago, so the comments come in all week. Absolutely loved it.
That's one thing I have noticed is the comments are coming in consistently.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's impressive.
Oh no, I've lost the comments. That was clever.
I'm having a mocha right now because I am a little bit toast after last night.
There's a common theme here, isn't there, every week?
I can feel one of my eyes. It's like it's heavier than the other one.
That's not a thing. So absolutely loved it. Laughed a lot. Thanks, guys. That was just a couple of hours ago. Amazing. Another great show, gents. My favourite podcast by far. Leak Sprung Garage.
Oh, yeah. Love that.
That's good, isn't it?
Really good. Thank you for that. Been a lot of support on the Porsche. Which is great because I was nervous about it, But I'm not now because of everybody's good support. So I'm really, really excited to get it. The big problem with that, though, is if you're wondering how the Porsche is, I have to wait 2 weeks before I can go and get it.
Why?
Because I didn't know that remortgaging your house takes so long.
Oh.
I thought it'd be like an overnight process. And then I got to, I was like, went up there, given a deposit, and I was like, sick, I'll probably come and see you next week. You know, it'll be like, whatever, Wednesday. And then like, got there on the Monday, phoned the bank, and I was like, sick, so, when can I have £25,000, please? And because I haven't saved up for this, I'm getting a loan to buy it because I can afford it now, as in I can afford to, I could probably save up, but I don't believe in saving up for things.
Might be dead.
And I find that people who save up for things don't actually do anything. But, so I'm getting a loan. So I'm getting it's complicated. So I got my house 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, when all interest rates were like, whoosh,
yeah,
went mental. So I got it just as that happened. So I got like the worst mortgage deal ever. Yeah. It should have been like maybe, because I got a quote before I bought the flat, because it just took ages to do as these things do. And it was almost sort of 40% more when I actually took the mortgage out, which has been chronic for the last couple of years. But she said, do it 2 year fixed rate, and then when you get to the end of 2 years, you can get another mortgage with a much better rate, and because hopefully the rates will have gone down, which they have.
Yeah.
So I did some maths, and one of the reasons why I'm getting the Porsche is that if I reduce my mortgage down rates-wise, with the extra money that I have every month, I can put towards a 911. So it actually works out that because my mortgage is going down, it's not that a portion of that. You know what I mean?
So so the same outgoings, but there's a Porsche involved.
Yeah, slightly more.
Yeah.
Outgoings, but yeah, there's now a red Porsche involved. But the problem is I phoned her up and I was like, "Yeah, can we go ahead with what we discussed on Friday?" And she was like,
"Bye, pork bellies."
Yeah, she was like, "Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just send me your latest SA302s, blah blah blah." And I was just like, "Oh, I haven't got any of that."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, I need all that before we can." And I was like, "Oh, fuck!" So phone my accountant, and they were like, "Yeah, we can sort. That's no problem. It'll probably be sort of end of next week." So, oh fucking hell! Why can't you do it now? Just get off the phone and do it immediately. And she's like, "So why do you need these for?" I was like, "It doesn't matter. I'm buying a Porsche.
None of your business.
It doesn't matter that I'm buying a Porsche. I'm just I need them now."
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter that it's for such a stupid reason. I just need them now.
Can I just point out, it's not a stupid reason. It's a very, very good reason.
It is, but it's not exactly life or death, is
No.
it? Which is how I was trying to sort of come across to her. And then that all carried on, and then they're going to come next week, and then the mortgage people said it's going to take probably 6 days from when they get them, and so it's fucking ball ache, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't wait to get it though.
What about your man with this port? Is he happy to wait?
Oh yeah, he's fine. Yeah. I spoke to him. I get going with him quite well. He's watches the YouTube channel as well, which is great.
That's really cool.
So yeah, he's pretty chill.
That's really cool. We've moved, by the way.
We have moved. If you've noticed, viewers, we've moved into this corner. The reason for why is the bar's going to open in a bit.
Yeah.
So we sort of like tuck ourselves over here, and we might have a little trial at doing one when the bar's open.
Yeah.
Which is definitely a shit idea.
It's a shit idea, because you know everybody. And they're going to be coming over and poking your eye and stuff like that and go, what are you doing?
I'm going to have to do a shitload of editing, I feel.
Yeah. So that's really good. Yeah, so the comments, just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Really good.
And questions. Really good questions.
There was some questions for you on the comments.
So one of them was...
why are you like how you are?
Why am I like this? One of them was, when you're in like a fighter jet type airplane, where do you put your stuff? It's a really good question, isn't it? It's like...
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
You know, your
No, I was. I was joking. I was just getting the questions up myself. Yeah, I saw that comment.
In a cockpit, there's no room. You're sitting on an ejection seat. You can't have things on your lap, because if you need to eject, it'll cut your legs off.
So an overnight bag.
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
Where's it going?
Yeah, so there's different airplanes have different solutions. Clearly, the Americans have got a good thing going, and for something like an F-15, it has a pod that you actually put underneath, and it's like a pod for your stuff. Of course they do.
Like one of those things you put on the roof of the car to go down to the Clyn Peninsula for the weekend.
Or like a Thule.
Yeah, full roof box.
Yeah, a bit like that.
Yeah, that's cool. But underneath.
But we were talking to them one day and saying, oh, is it a pain once you've got this a pod on? You know, does it restrict your performance? You go, no, man, no restriction. Go just as fast as it's going. Yeah, of course you can. It's like, of course you can, because it's always an elegant solution with the Americans. What we do is have squashy bags and like ram them in on top of inverters and stuff that overheat. And stuff like that. But there's the Hawk Team Up 1. I think I've mentioned this before. Had there was a pannier that underneath. You open a panel, and it's the box that held the empty cases from when you. Oh, that's a lot.
It's a lot noisier.
Noisier.
That's the beer thing.
Yeah, it's quite important.
Yeah.
So this box was in a hole in the jet underneath, and under a panel, and that's where all the empty cases from the Aiden cannon. So when you fire the gun,
they fall into there.
Or fire into there.
So if you're not planning on firing the gun,
yeah, you can put your stuff in it. That's quite good.
That's cool.
Yeah. So there's various solutions. I think the Jag, all those Jag guys had like a long. It looked like a golf bag, but it was just one that just shoved down into a bit of the airplane. It was like a little tiny opening, and there are different solutions.
Yeah.
But I have got a story about it. So every year we used to go to Ramstein in Germany, an American base.
Great band.
Yeah. And to get stuff, because it was a good place to go, and going to the American BX or PX is like a fraction of the cost.
What is a BX or PX?
It's like a shop on a military base, an American military base.
Like a Tesco's local?
Yeah, but massive, not a local.
Oh,
like
wow.
a superstore.
Oh, wow.
And they sell everything, furniture, food, everything.
Fuck.
And you go in there, the families go in there, and it's a fraction of what it would cost anywhere else. But as NATO military, as long as you had what was called a NATO travel order, which was just a piece of paper that says you were in NATO, I don't know. You could show that on the way in, and you were allowed in and buy stuff much cheaper. So we'd go over there and buy stuff like beer. But we took 4 jets over once, and we took a University Air Squadron student with us.
Right.
So the University Air Squadron is RAF guys, but they're in university, and they're learning to fly. So they came to us and said, and the boss said, do you want to come with us to Ramstein? So he went, yes. And so he came. We were all ready to go. We were on the dispersal like about to start up, and we're going, where is he? You know, where is he? It's like, we need to go. Like, come on, mate, where are you? Then he appears around the corner of the base ops building, carrying a box that was as big as him. And we're all
like going, a TV in it, isn't it?
We're going, is this going to be good? So this young lad who's like, I don't know, 19 or something, he's walking along the dispersal and we're all sitting there going, all right? And he's going, yeah. He said, you will not believe how cheap this stereo was. And we're going, oh yeah. It's good. And like, what make is it? Sony. It's so cool. It's like probably 2/3 cheaper here than if you bought it in the UK. And we're going, oh, good. How are you going to get it back? And there's like little thinks bubble. Oh, bless him. So you ran off to base ops and then did very quick explaining, and this is my name and address, and please hang on to it, and I'm going to have to arrange shipping. And
for fuck's sake.
Probably cost twice as much. But
and import duties maybe. I don't know if that's
probably a thing.
Is a thing. It's probably one importing American car parts, as you get stung with the import duties and shipping. So anything big, the shipping's insane. Like I wanted to get, what was it for the F250? A set of wheels, because they're so big and heavy. It was just like, it ended up being twice the price of the wheels just to get them here. So I was just like, that's shit, isn't it? On F250 wheels though, I'll show you these. This is going to make great podcasting this, but I'm going to show you these. So I spoke to my tyre guy.
You have a tyre guy?
Yeah. And
most people have a dentist. Holy moly.
Nice them, aren't they?
Yes.
Really nice. So these are Admiral all-terrains, and these are 16-inch 245/70s, big sidewall. Hoping it'll help with the top speed a little bit, and balancing and stuff like that, make it a bit nicer to drive.
Clearly you're going to put that down below. Is that what you say on social media?
What do you mean?
We're just going to put that picture down below.
I need to get... usually I'd be showing it to you guys. I wonder if I could zoom in on that from there. I can't. The problem is I can't get out elegantly because there's 1,000 cables there. So that's something we're going to have to work on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you just see that copper just walk past?
They've got him.
They've got him.
That will mean nothing to you guys.
While we were setting up, we had some absolute crackhead trying to get into the bar. And apparently he was trying every business.
He wanted to nick your bike.
Yeah, he wanted to nick my bike, and I was just he said, "Are you not open?" And I was like, "Fuck off."
Not for you, mate.
Go away. Fucking horrible bastard.
He's just walked that way with 2 coppers.
Yeah, with 2 policemen, weirdo.
Yeah.
What did you say? Started early, isn't he?
He started early.
It's only midday. It's amazing to be that fucked up this early.
Yeah. So the comments are amazing. That's what that bit was about.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely
so
incredible.
It's just there's a couple more questions I think on there, isn't there, that we should address because it's going to get out of hand, though, isn't it?
Well, this is what I was going to say. I sit down a couple of times a week and try to answer all your questions. There's more and more. I really do want to keep doing that, but.
Leakspun Garage said, I thought I was going to miss the boat on TBR Tuscans, but just thought fuck it and took the plunge on a project this year. TBR Tuscan.
Love it. And they got V8 in them.
Yeah. TBRs are V8s, man.
Cool.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I want to get on Instagram and send a picture of, tag me in your story, and I can share it. That's the only way I can do it on Instagram because of Instagram business account bollocks. But tag me in a story and I will share it because I want to see that.
Yeah. Chris Beard says...
Oh, no, there's a question on that. Sorry, I haven't finished. Wynne, if you could fly one RAF aircraft from any time in history, what would it be and why? Is it Sopwith Camel?
No.
Oh.
I mean, that's cool, isn't it? It'd be cool to fly anything. Everybody says Spitfire, but for me, and it's jet age stuff, it's got to be the Lightning. You know the Lightning?
Not really, no, not off the top of my head.
It's a Cold War fighter. I'll put a picture up. Just a ridiculous...
Just have to hold on up to the camera.
Yeah.
'Cause you won't put a picture up, will you?
I'll put a model. I'll hold.
It's me that edits it, so how are you going to put a picture up?
I send you a picture of one.
We shall forget
Amazing Cold War airplane that had no fuel in it, and it was the first airplane that could accelerate straight up. It was like
Nice.
two engines,
Like a rocket.
one on top of the other, bizarrely.
Yeah.
But absolutely incredible piece of machinery.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. I think that's the Lightning. Yeah. Chris Beard.
Go
on, sorry.
If I had to say one, it would be a Concorde. I'd like to fly a Concorde.
Yeah, they're incredible, weren't they?
Yeah, just a real cool thing. Like,
So
I'd like to have a
cool.
little fly one of those.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's isn't that weird? It feels like you get rid of the Concorde for good reason, I know, because you had all the problems, and then the French one crashed, didn't it?
Yeah.
But it's like we were going faster then.
Yeah. Well, it's the same with a lot of stuff, isn't it? That was things were better. You look at the interior on the Cortina that I just bought.
Yeah.
One of the nicest interiors
Really?
I've ever been in, and it was the base model. It was the base model, and everything is so well put together. The door cards are a work of art, and I'm not Ford interiors of that age, and probably before as well. Not so much after, but before all fucking black plastic got involved. Amazing, and they hold up so much better than other car manufacturers. Ford interiors, just of that age, and probably a bit before. I don't know why that is, but they do.
What are the seats? Are they velour or some sort?
Like Cordy sort of velour.
Cordy.
Yeah. Just gorgeous, man. Absolutely gorgeous, and just like brown, the colours, just everything luxurious, sumptuous, you know.
Yeah.
And like all the dials and dash and the way everything's laid out, it is just visually an absolute treat. And then you jump in a fucking any car now,
It's
and
got
it's
a
just like,
1.3 engine in it.
but yeah, it's got. But who cares, man? Because you're just in comfort.
We did some inappropriate wouldn't pull, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Can't say those.
Can't say those. Chris Beard said, "Why did you mention the colour thing before I
Chris
got?"
Beard.
Yeah. Chris Beard 2654.
What's his name? Chris. I wonder if that's the. Why did you mention the colour thing before I got myself? I wonder if that's Beardmore that Alad knows. Might be. If you are, say.
But he got an XKR, very cool.
Yeah, lovely.
But he said the whole colour thing because you were saying buy a colour.
By the colour.
By the colour, sorry.
Sorry about that. But no, it doesn't matter, because that car might just have been in your spec, and the one that you wanted, money-wise, it was right and stuff, so it doesn't really matter. But, for me, I was searching out that particular colour spec, black on red with all of the bits that I need and stuff, so it was very, very important. But if you just wanted an XKR with a few bits, that's great. Or if you wanted a silver one, that's fine. But just like monetary-wise, I think, and holding value-wise, and cars being a bit special, the ones that are more individual when it comes to like fast cars and supercars and stuff, I think they do tend to, you look at like Boxsters and stuff like that.
They're all silver. All the Boxsters are silver.
All the ones that are like the boring colours, they've all sort of gone all rusty and tanked in value, and nobody really cares about because there's so many of them. So they're the ones that get broken and stuff. And anyway, but it's strange as well. It doesn't work in some situations. Like cars can be made for the colour. So like the Audi TT, for example.
What do you mean made for the colour?
So like...
Oh, as in suits it really well?
Suits it really well. And like the performance blue on the Fords or the orange on the Fords, but that again, that is buying the colour really rather than the black one or whatever. But anyway, that's what I'm getting at, if any of that makes sense. Yeah. I'm still a little bit pissed as well, by the way. I just want you to know. So if I'm not making any sense, I'm just rambling on. Last night I was on Wrexham Lager Export.
Export where?
I don't know, but it says Wrexham Lager Export.
That's just an excuse to make it stronger, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and fuck me, did they do it? I blackout drunk at like midnight, I think.
Yeah. And then, did you cycle home?
Yeah, but bad.
That's amazing.
Getting in, Oh God, I've got it. To be fair though, I never deck it. I just never deck it. I think there's like that guardian angel that keeps me upright on a bike.
It's gyroscopic. That's right. Yeah.
Can't be explained by humans.
Can't be explained. Apart from when
I think
it can be explained.
when I was talking about that.
Yeah.
No, no. What?
That's all right.
No, when I was talking about that,
we know what you meant.
was when you're not moving.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
No. I did, because I'm dead.
I need a shandy or something.
Yeah,
or
you
lemonade.
do. Are you going to do that now? Or shall I? You can't get out. I'll do it.
I can't get out. Can you do it? Is that
Yeah.
right? Do you want me to ask you some questions while you're doing it?
Yeah.
Because Wynne's got a microphone attached to him now.
It's very professional.
It is very professional.
Sure, you want a shandy?
Can I just have? Let's have half a shandy. So
want
just
tequila?
the lemonade.
Do you want tequila?
No. I'll have half a shandy, but just the lemonade half. If you can, please. Just for now.
So gay.
I know.
Nothing wrong with being gay.
You did that under your breath, though, but I'm going to amplify that so people hear it. Right, what else have we got? What else have I got anything else to say? Oh, while Wynne's doing that, check this out. This is the Tasty Classics.
Really like that. So you don't want any beer in your...
No, not for now. I'm
That's fine.
fucking hanging out my arse, man. Cheers,
You're a bit
mate.
shaky there as well.
I am a bit shaky.
That sticker book's really cool.
It's great, isn't it? So, I've done an amazing set of Christmas adverts for this, which you're going to see from November onwards. But this is my greatest achievement in life to date. And I sort of wrote it all out, and Ellie designed it. Although I designed the front cover, I did that all myself, which I thought was exceptionally good. And you put stickers in it, and the stickers have different varieties. It's like football cards, but for cool stuff, not football. And I just love it. It's got all the cars that we've done on the channel. I'll try and hold that without.
That's very cool.
But there's just tons of them, 27, I think, and I really like it, and I'm really proud of it. And we got 5,000 of them delivered.
Really good.
So we've got boxes and boxes of them, and they are selling. People are buying them, which is great, and they're going to go all the way, and then until probably next year when it'll be the next sticker album.
Nice.
And we're just going to do that every year.
Quick one for Ellie. Did she do the last Cortina video?
Yes.
I thought it was amazing.
The end bit. Did you see the end bit?
So good.
So smart. Her videography is class. But the thing is, well, she's got the gear, and she, like, when I'm doing it, it's difficult for me to worry so much about the camera bit because I'm worrying about what's happening in front of the camera. So, so it's handy that she's able to spend more time setting cameras up, gimbals, all this sort of
really
stuff.
Good.
And I do the editing, so she sends me the raw footage and I do the editing, but it just looks so nice, and just where we were doing it with the setting and stuff.
Bit of Arctic monkeys over the top, so good.
So cool.
Yeah, no, that was really good, I thought.
I love that car. I absolutely love that car. And do you know what, it's big, yeah?
Don't you want to put another engine in it though?
No, I'm not going to. Just because that 1300 is so bloody sweet.
Is it?
And I want the gearbox as a backup for the Capri. Because I'm going to see how I can put through the one that's in it. And the 2 litre will go in something else, or the gear, and the gearbox will go in something else, I'm sure. But that Cortina is super sick, and all I'm going to do is make it immaculate, just a little bit of lowering, some real nice wheels on it, maybe band steels that are on it or something, and just
Don't know
really
what that is.
just making your steelies wider.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And just make it gorgeous. So I'm just it's and a bit of a sound system in it, and I'm just going to use it because it is such a nice car to drive.
Is it?
Did you watch this when the clutch was seized and the clutch came back to life, and just fucking hell, so much good stuff.
I watched it's starting it for the very first time, and he went, "Oh, hang on, a bit of choke."
A little bit more of choke.
I saw somebody the other day on social
media.
That's
what my girlfriend used to say as well.
God almighty. So a peg like to hold the choke head a little bit more, and it said it's almost 2-peg weather.
Yeah.
I like that.
Any more cool shit in the comments? And I still love that quote from you. Blue 2 Smoke has commented, the people who mind don't matter and the people who don't matter mind, or something.
The people who mind don't matter. The people who matter don't mind.
Yeah, what an amazing quote that is.
It's
such a good quote.
It's true as well, isn't it?
What else have we got? Right, Mathsphere. Wayne Whitebeam says, after learning the sun is 93 million miles away, as well, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
What a load of bollocks that is, isn't it? How do you know? There's no way you can measure that. The sun, you can't get anywhere close. The end of the tape measure would melt as soon as you got anywhere near it.
I'll just ask ChatGPT. Why is it not doing it?
Oh, a problem with technology? You're joking. Sorry about this, folks. This is.
Hi.
Wynne loves AI and ChatGPT and stuff, and it is the biggest load of shit in the world. But Wynne loves it.
Hang on, it might.
Sounds like you've got some strong opinions there. Is there something specific about AI or ChatGPT that's got you feeling this way?
What the fuck? He sounds a bit threatening, that fella.
No worries. I'm here to chat and keep things light. If there's anything you'd like to talk about or ask, feel free.
Yeah, well, there is actually, mate, because we were talking about how far the sun is from the Earth. So can you just say exactly how far the sun is away from the Earth?
Sure thing. The sun is about 93 million miles away from Earth, or roughly 150 million kilometres.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
I've got follow-ups.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Go on.
Hi chat GPT, it's Ben here. Hi.
Sounds like you might be in the middle of a lively discussion there. How can I help?
All right, steady on, pal, steady on. So, in a Hawk jet, hypothetically, without refueling, how fast could I travel to the sun?
Well, if you were flying a Hawk jet, which has a top speed of about 640 miles per hour, and you somehow managed to head straight for the sun without refueling or getting fried, it would take you approximately 16.5 years to reach the sun. That's quite a long flight.
Fuck, that is a really long flight. Also,
I think we should stop doing this. It's a bit boring, isn't it?
It is. I was just going to ask him where he got his cockiness from.
Yeah. Just because you know everything on the internet, mate.
Yeah, that is really clever.
Well, it's
the way it taught, the way it words it is a lot, isn't it?
Sounds like you've got some strong opinions there.
Yeah, so why don't you fucking shut up, you mug? Let me tell you about the sun, you idiot. Always have to, like, I didn't want to say idiot then, but I am trying to chill out on some of the words.
Yeah.
So that was Wayne Whitebeam asked that question, so we got ChatGPT to answer it for you.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Right, what else? Have you got any?
Well, I have got one. Somebody asked about negative G, because people talk about pulling G, and you know that's the whole bit. People know about pulling G and passing out and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's, and that's when you're getting forced down into the cockpit and your face is all stretched down and all that sort of stuff. But
like it is in the passenger seats of my Focus ST.
When you're going around the Nürburgring.
Just anywhere.
Just anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, that's lateral G though, isn't it? That's not positive G per se. It's like you're getting your head banged against the window when you go around the corner. That's lateral G.
Oh, right, okay.
That's
sideways.
Yeah, so that's the whole Formula One need a strong neck thing.
We need to have a bit of a Formula One update off you. Wynn's Formula 1 updates.
and then positive G in a jet, you're going long, you pull back on the stick, and your body wants to keep going, but the jet goes up, so you get forced into the
compressed.
floor. Yeah, compressed. And you did say that there's like a carousel on the Nürburgring, isn't there?
Oh no, foxhole.
Foxhole.
Oh, the carousel as well. Actually, you do get compressed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, that compression is positive G. That's exactly what it is.
Nice. Okay, that's cool.
But there's a more uncomfortable one than that, and that's negative G. So the best way to describe it is that if you
like when you're being hung upside down.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, horrible.
It is.
I fucking hate being hung upside down. It's one of my worst fears in my life.
So we're all at 1G plus 1G all the time, otherwise we'd float off into space. So as you sit here now, we're at 1G.
Yeah.
When you hang upside down, you're at sort of negative 1G, basically.
I'm at more than that.
But
when I hang upside down, because I've got such large guts and stuff. When I hang upside down, I feel like everything is slowly trying to make its way into my head.
Well, you're going to hate this. So on a Hawk Air test, you had to pull plus 8. So that's the...
Yeah.
So you had to pull plus 8G.
That's
and then
a
you
lot.
had to roll upside down
Right.
and push minus 3.5. And that minus 3.5 felt way, way worse than the plus 8.
Oh my
you
God,
can't,
I couldn't imagine
You can't strain against it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So you have
Your
to...
head's going to explode with all the blood.
That's
and
what
everything.
it feels like. Well, in fact, you
it's
can get a thing
awful.
called red eye,
Yeah.
which is the capillaries in your eyes burst because of under negative G, because all the blood's been forced into your head. It's horrible.
That is horrendous.
Yeah.
Do you ever did you ever remember a thing called the sticky wall in like circuses and stuff?
Yeah.
So I remember a sticky wall, and
Sticky wall.
you could move round in it, and it was my first time experiencing sort of the upside downers. And I remember I hung upside down, and I couldn't really right myself to go back the other way, and I was upside down for the entire thing, and it was one of the worst times of my life. And I've tried everything since then to not go upside down.
Yeah. Well,
What are these coppers doing here, like? They're trying to get in. I think the coppers are coming in. Let me just go and see what these coppers
okay.
want.
Do we have to pause it?
No, let's keep it rolling. I've got the microphone with me so you can hear what the copper says.
What's it?
Hello, officer.
Hello, mate, you okay?
Good.
Oh my goodness, it's quite cozy.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, we're just in the middle of doing a little
Who
poddy.
calls a policeman
Oh,
officer?
sorry.
It's all right, don't we?
I think one of the vagrants has been having a look at this bike.
Yeah, he came over before and was asking us.
He had a
Yeah.
look at it, he's not done anything to it. We've searched it, there's nothing.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
Our mate's watching CCTV, he's not had a proper go.
No, yeah.
Or anything like that.
He opened these. He opened these doors and tried to get in, and then we're just like,
Alright, so as long as the door's in your new, mate, that's absolutely
yeah,
fine.
sweet. Cheers. Where is he? Is he still around? Like,
Sent him on his way.
Nice.
Like, properly on his way.
yeah, cool. Kicked his head in on the back.
We'll have you on a podcast saying that. That's some trapping, that, isn't it?
Cheers.
Did he say it looks like we're on a podcast?
No, he said he's going to be on the podcast saying that he kicked his head in, and he is.
Oh. Did he say he kicked it in?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, I said kick it. I said, have you kicked his head in? And they went, oh, I'm going to be on a podcast saying that's entrapment. Yeah. He was only having a laugh, though.
Who calls a policeman officer? That's, it's like you've just been stopped for a brake light out.
Well, it seems to be the officer problem.
And you know that you've had 12 pints. Yeah.
So that whenever I see, I don't know if you're the same, whenever I see the constabulary, I shit myself.
Do you?
Regardless of whether I'm doing anything wrong or have done anything wrong or I'm in the process of doing anything wrong or haven't done anything wrong for ages, I will shit myself when there's a copper there. And like whenever you're driving along, even if you know you're legal and a fucking copper comes behind you, oh my God, it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
It's like the Mid Wales policeman, isn't it, who stops a guy and it's a dark night and he makes the wind the window sign down.
Right.
And he said, you've got a brake light out. And he went, oh, don't worry about that. And he comes out and he kicks it and it comes back on. And he said, that's very clever. Now kick the fucking windscreen until the tax comes into date.
Love it.
Clearly that's an old joke because of the tax on the windscreen.
Yeah, it's still good though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that was good, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. What else have we got for you?
So negative
Ask
G.
your mate
Oh, I didn't finish that.
Oh, sorry, it was really fucking boring, but carry on.
I was reading that. So you have to push. So what you have to do is you have to roll upside down and push the stick away from you.
Yeah.
And so the cockpit is facing the ground, and everything is pushed. And the key thing about it is you can't strain against it.
What do you mean strain against it?
So in positive G, you strain everything in your body. It's called an L1 maneuver.
Okay.
And you're trying to keep the G suit works. It sort of inflates.
Yeah.
We've talked about this, haven't we? It squeezes your legs, squeezes your abdomen. Try to keep the
fart. Yeah.
Makes you fart. Doesn't. Trying to keep the blood in the top half of your body so that you don't go unconscious.
Okay.
When you do negative G and you push the stick forward, there's nothing you can do. You just have to sit there and take that really, really uncomfortable feeling.
Fuck.
Horrible.
Yeah, it doesn't
really
sound
horrible.
like fun at all.
That was that. Sorry, it was boring.
Right then. Ask your mate what is a crab fat and why.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. Kreml 11. What are you on about?
Yeah, crab fat.
Right, what else have we got? I think, is that it?
I think so. Hi. Just had a question on the podcast about what is a crab fat. Do you know what crab fat is?
Hi there. On the podcast, if you're talking about crab fat, it might be a bit ambiguous. In culinary terms, crab fat can refer to...
Yeah, mate, no. You're way offline. See ya.
Well, he's going to go. He's going to be in the shower later. That AI just going. Yeah, but I didn't know. Why does he say that?
I always, when Belle speaks to it, she always says thanks and please, and I said, why are you doing that? She said, it might be our robot overlords, and when they come and take over,
she is absolutely right.
You, because you've been rude to them, will be in trouble, but I won't because I've always been nice to them.
You're going to be in a lot of trouble because you've enslaved them, essentially.
Yeah, kept them in my phone.
Yeah. Right. I'm not seeing a lot because you've responded to them, so it clears them off.
Yeah.
Someone asking about the Route Master that's at the workshop as well. Yeah, I think it's just some guy that uses it for weddings or something. I would like to do a camper conversion, but I want something I can use to tow. So if I had a race car, I could tow it with the camper. So that's cool. That's on the cards at some point, definitely for the YouTube. Sorry, we should have prepped these first, shouldn't we? Really? Do you want to talk? Do you want to tell us about the Grand Prix?
Well, it hasn't happened yet. It's today.
So yeah, so but where are we up to? What's happening? So
okay, so
not that anyone gives a shit.
Did you see that Jake Hill won the British Touring Car Championship?
Nice, yeah, good.
That was cool. And the very last round at Brands Hatch was amazing because it was Tom Ingram or Jake Hill, and it could have gone either way.
Nice.
Tom Ingram had a much faster car when it was dry, and it rained in the very last round, and he just couldn't catch the BMW of Jake Hill. It was really cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Amazing.
Nice when it comes down to that, like a few points in the last race of a whole series.
Yeah.
That is proper racing, isn't it?
Proper racing. Well, that's why it's better, isn't it?
I can see what you mean, racing-wise. I just love that F1 is the pinnacle of...
Yeah, you keep saying it's a pinnacle of dickheads.
But it's the pinnacle of people being clever people making things go as fast as possible. So on the back straight at Mexico, where they are this weekend, 226 miles an hour.
That's
pretty
good.
Cool, isn't that?
That is good.
That is cool. So Lando Norris is third for tonight's Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari is on pole position, and Max Verstappen is second.
So what's your predictions?
Well, it's a very long run down to the first corner, And being third, Lando is behind Carlos Sainz. And I think that gives him a really good run down to the first corner. So, although if he drives like he did in Austin in Texas, he was on pole. The very first corner, if he'd come aggressively to the inside, he would have stayed in first position. But he didn't. He left a big hole for people to drive through. So I don't understand that.
No.
Anyway, I do like it.
Yeah, cool. I do. I get it. I think we're probably. I've just not really got any time to watch any of that at the moment, which is.
What are you saying? I just sit around on my thumb watching.
You do
telly.
fuck all day. No, in all fairness, I did message you yesterday. I was like, "What are you up to?" And it was like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And you were like, "I'm just in a restaurant."
I was in a restaurant.
Yeah, I was like at 2:00 in the afternoon.
It's called lunch. But
you were getting pissed from like midday, weren't
Yeah,
you?
that's
So
right.
like, what time did you start drinking yesterday?
12.
Yeah, and you drank all the way through, and then
Yeah.
you didn't stay late because you were too pissed not to
Yeah,
go.
I felt great this morning.
Fuck's sake, my absolute man of leisure. So again, there is a lot of people being really chill about the Porsche. I'm just noticing
So
that
cool,
as I was
isn't
scrolling
it?
through, which is dead cool. And there's a lot of. Have you seen like these ones?
Yes, I've seen them all.
Instructor, first time Microsoft Flight Simulator. Have you ever done any flight simulator stuff?
No, I saw that one. I've never done anything like that. I should. I mean, we had a simulator to practice emergencies,
Right.
But that was with like it had a proper cockpit, and it was in a dome, so that it had 3D like movement.
Yeah.
The amazing thing about that, if you brought. A guy came in to watch us in the simulator. He said, "Can I go into the dome?" And they go, "Yeah, but hold on, because like the visuals are very powerful. Your brain thinks you are actually moving even though you're not." And he was going, "Oh yeah," and he was a bit of like, "Yeah, right." And he was standing alongside the cockpit, and the guy like hammered the stick over to the right and rolled, and he just disappeared and fell off the staging like in a big lump. And so like, yeah, so it's really powerful. It really feels like you're
Amazing.
moving when you're not.
Is that like when you're in stop-start traffic and there's a lorry to the right or left of you and you're stopped
I know what you're going to say.
and the lorry just slowly moves forwards?
Yeah, and you're going, "I'm rolling backwards."
But you think you're rolling backwards?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. And then you just slam on the brakes, you're like, I wasn't even moving anyway.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. That's exactly the same thing.
I think that's an alcoholic thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, but simulator's cool.
I do like simulators. I used to play Microsoft Flight Simulator all the time.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I fucking just love it. I think it's fantastic. But that's what sort of gave me the confidence to say that if I am on a flight going anywhere, and,
You could take
and
over.
both pilots and
Yeah.
anybody else they come down with death or something.
Yeah.
And someone comes in. "Oh my God, is there anybody that can fly this plane?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd say.
Not a problem.
I'd say you're all going to be okay. You're 99% going to be okay if
Yeah.
I do it.
Well, put it like this, I'm going to have a go.
Yeah. And listen, if there's anybody else who wants to do it, you can.
Yeah.
But I am willing to have a go.
I'll be better than you.
Yeah, I'm willing to. I'm going to put my all into this for
Yeah.
the next 20 minutes until we crash into the sea.
Because you have a vested interest, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else have you got? I've got some other topics of discussion if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
Topic about them. Is there any more comments or anything, or what?
Well, I've got. I was talking about. I'm very professional. I've made a load of. Somebody was saying the other day about. Do you miss flying? And
Oh.
yeah, it's 10 years this year since I stopped flying, and people say, "Do you miss it?"
10 years.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that's pretty good.
And I don't miss it really because I've done it a lot. But what I have noticed is that it's totally programmed into my brain. So sometimes I will like be falling asleep and I'll start doing like the walk round process on a Hawk.
Nice.
And I can
or go
remember-
into the L manoeuvre, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Start I can remember every part of that. I can feel the weight of the flying helmet as I'm walking out to the jet.
Wow.
You know, saying hello to the
awesome.
engineers, going up the steps. I can hear what the steps sound like. They're metal, and feel the weight of the handle. Open the canopy, you look in, and you look, and I'll stop there. But I can remember every little, what the switches feel like, and it's sort of ingrained in my brain.
Love that. That's really cool.
Yeah, because you just do the same thing in the same way every time, and it's just it's a groove. It must be a groove in my brain that I can remember everything about it. But yeah, that's quite cool. So I missed that.
Have you replaced that small window in your Merc yet?
What's that got to do with the price of fish?
Just wondering if you have. I was thinking about
I
that.
need to. It's in a garage.
One of Wynne's,
I do need to.
One of the windows on Wynne's car's made out of cardboard and duct tape.
Have we said why?
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast that
Yeah.
you locked your keys in it and then smashed the window in the middle of
with
France.
a hammer. It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Well, the embarrassing thing is that you've just left it like that for the last year.
I'm not a vain man. It's like,
I don't think it's anything about vanity,
Isn't it?
No.
okay. It's more to do with security, really.
A little bit of security, but also there is just a bit of cardboard stuck onto the side of your car.
It's not cardboard. It's very, very strong French Gorilla Tape.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing, that stuff. You know,
Yeah.
do you have you ever,
I use it a lot, yeah.
do you?
That's how I get most of the cars back on the road.
There's a. Have you ever heard of speed tape? It's metal tape.
Right.
It's
That's what you use for planes, isn't it?
yeah, but so it comes in big rolls, and you can also buy it in sheets. And it is literally tape because but it's so sticky. You'd love it.
Oh, nice.
If I was still in the RF, I could nick you some, but I haven't.
That'd be amazing.
But it is very thin aluminium with a very, very strong adhesive on it.
Cool.
Yeah, this is really cool. It is
I
really
wonder
cool.
if it's similar to like the Dynamat stuff, which we use for like sound deadening things, which is a bit of aluminium on an incredibly sticky hard base.
Okay.
But it's quite thick,
Okay,
and it's probably, I don't know, maybe 3 mil thick, maybe.
okay.
But that's pretty cool.
But there was a panel they had a problem with on the Tornado when I was an engineer on Tornadoes, and they put a bit of speed tape right on the corner where there was a dodgy fastener on it, and so you could fly at supersonic speeds and this stuff would not peel. It's incredible stuff. Really
It's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Weird that it gets fixed with a bit of tape as well, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do it properly. Sort the fastener out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just realised as well, this is the Halloween episode, and I haven't really got any spooky stories. I have got a spooky story.
You just contradicted yourself there.
We haven't got any, but I could make this one spooky. I am not superstitious, apart from a few things. There's a few things that I don't like doing because I do. Do you believe that, like, superstitiousness is real, or there's any element to sort of?
No,
No,
not at all.
not at all.
Happy to walk under a ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13 schmerteen. I don't care about that stuff.
Interesting. So there's a couple that I do, but the big one, and I would like to explore with you now the potential reasoning behind it. I don't buy R-Edge cars.
What?
R-Edge cars, for some reason,
What year was that?
97, 98.
Okay.
They are very, very bad, all of them. And there is, I think we briefly mentioned this as a podcast, and someone did say it was to do with, like, at the time there was a bit of a financial sort of crisis-y type thing going on, and there's some bad stuff, and like manufacturing had some issues of strikes and things, and maybe that, you know, things weren't built as well as they probably were. But every R-Edge car that I had for a while just went like catastrophically wrong.
Really?
The engine and gearbox fell out of a Peugeot 406 that I bought, and I've never seen that before in my life. Engine
I'm not surprised.
Engine mounts are really strong.
Yeah. What were we doing?
I was just pulling out of Halford's car park.
Oh,
I was pulling out of Halford's car park, not ragging it, not going fast, just normal first gear. Boom, 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 ding, ding, ding. And the gearbox side of the engine mounts and the back one just gone. Just completely, it just snapped in half and the engine fell onto the floor.
That's crap, isn't it?
Really crap. And then we bought 2 R-Edge cars from auctions. They had the first one was a Citroen Zara VTS, which met a horrible death. That car got scrapped because my mate forgot to tax it, and I was fucking livid. It was a Mark 1 VTS, Zara VTS, really rare car, super, super rare car now. Gorgeous, did 150 mile an hour. It was a proper flying machine. But my mate parked it up on the side of the road, didn't tax it, and the police came and got it. And he was living in Manchester at the time, and this was down in North Wales. His post was to a different address. He just never got the letters, never got anything, and then they scrapped it irreversibly.
Bloody hell.
And I saw it on top of a pile of cars. And I was devastated because we spent so much time and money making it immaculate when I was really young. This was, but yeah, it was our edge. And when we got it from the auction, there was no signs of anything wrong, and we got like 2 miles. Spooky, and the head gasket went 2 miles down the road.
That's rubbish, isn't it?
Yeah, all our edge cars. Anyway,
1998, I got with my ex-wife.
That's spooky.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
Yeah. That was scary.
Is she the bodybuilder?
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? Do you think that's weird? Let us know in the comments.
Moving quickly along. I've got, somebody said, I'm just thinking of things scary, blah, blah, blah. You said, have you ever been scared in an airplane?
Oh, spooky airplane story.
Should be wearing sheets.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
A bit KKK though.
It is a bit KKK. That's one thing, the KKK, if there's one thing that they've done to fuck everything up in the world, it's that we now can't wear ghost costumes.
Yeah.
Ghost costumes just, because inevitably when you put that sheet over your head, you
It's
do
a bit
get
pointy.
a little point. You do.
You
and
do.
I understand they did a lot of other bad things. I get that.
I was going to say, that's not the pinnacle of their badness.
No, it's not. But fucking hell, not being able to wear ghost costumes now,
Yeah.
that is a shame.
But scared in an airplane, or actually a helicopter. First of all, it's got no ejection seats, which is rubbish, isn't it?
Well, we
talked about this.
It's understandable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get turned into soup.
Yeah.
But then you could have one that sends you. Why don't they have one that sends you directly out the front of it? It just fires you out the front of the
It'd be
helicopter.
quite alarming, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but if you accidentally pressed it.
Well, we've talked about the Russian
We're
ones.
just coming into land now. If everybody just put their seat. Oh fuck! Fuck! Parachute.
They did look at them, and we have spoken about it. Explosive bolt. So you pull the ejection,
and the blades.
and the
fly
blades go first, and then you go. And they've also looked at them firing down.
Could be an issue.
Make a pilot tree.
Yeah.
But because you can't get out of the things, and going into the mountains at night in bad weather, inevitably.
That sounds scary.
It was scary. Especially
I'd be terrified.
There was a guy fell off Crib Gorch, so there are 3 ways up Snowdon. There's the minus track, the pig track, and Crib Gorch, which is a very, very thin bit of rock.
Yeah.
And have you done it?
I've been up the pig track, but not
Crib Gorch is incredibly narrow little thing to crawl along, and a lot of people used to fall off it. It was night. We got scrambled from RF Valley to go in, and the wind was horrible, and it was raining and nasty. And God! Don't do the spooky thing.
It does sound spooky. Okay, sorry.
Don't. And just couldn't get a hover to get this guy. Just every time we got into, so you have to, when you get downdrafting air, you just lose lift, and you have to fly away.
Already pushing down.
Yes, it's coming over the top, for example, over a ridge line or something like that, which Crib Gorch is. It's a ridge, and we just.
I would have thought wind is just sideways.
No.
Interesting.
No, it does come over. In fact, you can see it sometimes on a lake if it's really windy, and they're called cat's paws. The wind comes down and it just spreads out on the water, and really strong wind, you can see that. So I just spent a long time, like 20, 30 minutes, trying to get into a hover to pick this guy up, and I just couldn't do it.
Wow.
And just couldn't do it. And I ended up having to fly back, leaving that guy there.
Bloody hell.
So
what was his situation?
Well, he'd fallen and he was in a bad way, and they ended up having to send the mountain rescue team to get him, which took hours and hours and hours. But I felt really bad. But it was... I
mean, to be fair, you probably should have tried harder, shouldn't you?
Yeah. But at some point, as the sort of... only in my 20s, but as the captain of the helicopters with the two other guys on board, and there was a couple of times where you're trying to hold... You just think you're into a hover, and then it's like buffeting around, and you think, oh, is that it? And then they get a big downdraft, and you end up flying away and just missing the
super
the rock.
Dangerous to do.
Yeah. And so that was scary, and it was like there was a point at which that between the three of us, there were three in the crew, the navigator and the winchman, and I said, if anybody else can come up with some different ideas about different ways or different angles to come in or anything like that, happy to hear them, but I can't think of anything else. I think we're going to have to go home. And I felt about 2 inches tall. I felt so crap going back and leaving this guy in the mountains. That was our job, to go and get them.
Imagine what he was like. He was probably like, oh, thank God. Where the fuck's he going? Oh, fucking hell, I've been here all night.
With my broken tibia.
Yeah, fucking hell. Well, that was a very spooky story.
Anyway, so when the next day...
Wasn't that spooky?
With a train... It wasn't that spooky.
No, it's scary.
We did go up the next day with a guy who's very experienced, a training officer. And I said I just couldn't find a way to get into the hover. And we talked about it and looked at it, and he's going, no, it's fine, and you made the right decision not to crash and die with the other two. So, yeah, that's cool. But that wasn't the most dangerous thing. The most dangerous thing that happened to me in an airplane was in a Hawk, where there was a Qatari student, and we were all doing the same low-level route around the UK in training. And
in a jet?
In jets. So we were flying, I remember it, to March in Cambridgeshire. It's a little town in Cambridgeshire, and that was the low-level entry point. And we went into low-level there, and we're heading up the Cambridge countryside at low level. And this guy had got lost, and he was, I don't know, 5-10 minutes ahead of me, whatever he was. And so what he thought... In his jet. And what he thought he'd do, he'd turn round and come back exactly the same way and then start again. And I looked into my map, and we've talked about paper maps in cockpits. Looked at my map, I looked out, and you know how your brain takes a snapshot of things?
Right.
It's like a photograph, and you can see everything. You're sort of hyper concentrating anyway, because you're doing something that requires a lot of concentration. At the moment that I looked up, I saw the underside of a Hawk.
Whoa!
And I saw every little streak of oil, every rivet, how he didn't even hit my tailplane, I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, we must have been feet apart. And
that is spooky. Let's stop doing that now.
Please stop doing that.
Okay.
But yeah, but I would...
So it's a bit spooky out of all of the sky.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because the sky is I don't know if you've seen it.
It's big.
Massive.
Well, we used to use the big sky theory. It's like, it'll be fine, mine, the sky's massive. You won't hit somebody else. But that was close.
That does sound pretty scary.
But I did think that it's a good way to go, because you wouldn't know anything. It'd be like flipping a switch. Had he been 3 feet lower and we'd hit sort of nose to nose, I wouldn't have known anything about it. It's a good way to go, isn't it, if you've got to.
I've always thought that if I had like a multiple answer sort of question of like, how would you like to go, and the other two were like normal sort of like horrible ways, and then one of them was like a fiery ball of death. Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, maybe.
What, fiery ball of death?
150 mile an hour into a bridge or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, cool, okay, you know.
Yeah. As opposed to being...
Porsche 2 weeks. 185 mile an hour top speed.
As opposed to being tied up in somebody's basement and somebody making lampshades out of bits of skin off your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Being
not
sodomised.
good. Yeah.
Spooky.
It goes beyond spooky.
Have I got any scary car stories of driving? I had one, again, a little bit spooky because I don't know how there's been a lot of times where I don't know how I've got out of situations, but I've just, I've just got lucky or something, which could be spooky, could be someone's angels have intervened.
Yeah.
So when I was selling cars at Volkswagen, I was in various company cars all the time, and the Mark 5 or Mark 6 GTI. Yeah, it was Mark 6 GTI.
Golf.
And it was it the Mark 7 even? Might have even been the Mark 7, I can't remember. But it was a great car.
Yeah.
Really, really great car. And it was the first one where you could get some mega tech for people that can't drive. So, like, the ESP system turned from being a bit clunky into fucking hell. This was like that's why at the Nürburgring you see a lot of cars like this, because they are, they're not that hard to drive quickly, because the car can, if you want the car to do a lot, it can do a lot, and to fully switch it off, it's difficult. So if you see a guy going really fast in a Golf GTI around the Nürburgring,
just saying,
it's probably really easy. So like I was in this Mark 7 GTI and I went to Macclesfield. On the way home, dark,
Maclads.
Yeah, like horrible weather. Driving through, and there's a bit that you turn off that goes into a country lane to get back down here, and the country lane is probably just over, probably a car and a half wide, and when they resurface a road.
Oh, it's like there's loads of chippings on the top.
But you have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just throw all the shit on the road, and you've got to you've got to lay it.
Yeah.
The most, I don't know if if you're from another country and you're hearing this, it sounds mental, and it is. They essentially just pour all of the shit for the road in the road, and you driving over it lays the road.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing. I don't know
so
why
they
we
put
do that.
like liquid tar, don't they? And then loads and loads and loads of loose stone.
Yeah.
Tiny stone. But there's loads of excess loose stone on the top.
Yeah, tons.
It wrecks people's cars, doesn't it?
Absolutely destroys them. There's signs saying slow. They put signs before and after it saying slow down, loose chippings, and all this sort of stuff.
They don't do that anymore, do they?
I don't know if they do. This was a while ago. This was probably a good 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I get onto this country lane, and I see the sign, but I just don't clock on because it was dark and I couldn't really see the. Did you hear the chiller just die then?
Yeah.
Weird. Probably sounds a lot better on the podcast now, doesn't it, all of a sudden? But I was flying down this road, and then I got into this loose chippings area, and there was a big corner, and to the left of the corner was just like death or like destruction. Real bad. Went down a big massive dip, would have been rolling over in fields, and everything would have been really bad. And I was probably doing 70,
right,
maybe a touch more, flying down this road, didn't notice, hit the chip-ins, and I just went into this slide. Massive slide, and I was like, oh fuck. And I was going towards the left-hand side of the corner, right-handed corner, and I was going to the left-hand side of it, and I was getting so close to this thing. I was like, shit. I was bracing it, and I could just feel the car completely taken over.
Really?
And this is like the weirdest thing, and it's the best. The BMW's got some good ones. I think they've all got some good ones. But I aquaplaned in a 5 Series once with all the gear on, and that took over, and that did really, really well. But this Golf was just like something else. It was like it had all sorts of stuff on it, but it properly took over the steering. It's like assisted steering and stuff, and it just sort of I could steer it, but it was really force feedback. It was really hard. I couldn't move it where I sort of wanted to and stuff. Well, I could, but you'd have to try really hard. And it just it was pinch braking, all over.
That's amazing.
Absolutely nuts. And then it was engine brake, and it was doing all this mad stuff. And the dashboard, just all these lights were coming up on the dashboard, bing, 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 of all this stuff happening. And I was just like, fuck. and it just managed to sort of get me around the corner, right on the edge of the left, and I was like, whoa! And I as I came out the corner, I stopped just to get a quick sort of breather, because I was like, I could have really fucked everything up there, because it was a brand new car. I had done like probably 100 miles, and it would have been a big problem in work if I had written that off, which I was about to.
That is not like fucking the photocopier, is it?
Yeah, it was, it was a good, 40 grand's worth of car, like. And yeah, just amazing. It just completely sort of pulled it back. And I just like, it was spooky.
Did you change your...
It was spooky.
Did you change your opinion of sort of like all of these assisted systems after that?
Immediately. As soon as that happened, I was like, fuck, because they changed. It changed so much from the old ESP on VAG stuff was dead clunky. It was just like traction control and ABS, and like if you went into a slide, all it would do is slam on all the brakes. And I know this because I used to try and handbrake the cars all the time. And then they changed to electronic handbrakes, and you couldn't even fucking do that. But you could on some cars still had normal handbrakes. But I used to, in the Polos, I would try to get the back end out all the time, handbraking them. These are brand new cars, which you probably bought afterwards as well.
I was just gonna say that.
But this is what happens when you buy an X demonstrator. Yeah. I used to love it when you'd get the old boys going, "This is an ex-manager's car."
Yeah.
And it's like, is it fuckers, mate? That is a car that has been ragged by about 30 different people from brand new. It's had the hardest 6 months of its life. And you think that a manager's been tooted into work and back in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but when you used to go into a slide, it would just slam on.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't really do any sort of extra stuff. It wouldn't do any steer and pinch brake, any of that. But all you do is you go inside and it wouldn't let you accelerate, wouldn't let you do anything. It was really boring and really overly sort of intrusive.
And pretty basic.
Very, very basic. But this new stuff that's fucking phenomenal.
That's amazing.
Man. Really, really good.
And
the one thing about it is it didn't just stop me. It carried me around the corner. Do you know what I mean? It just carried me around the corner, like it knew the corner was there. It was weird, man.
That
really
is amazing.
Good. Anyway,
because most people don't care about feedback and driving and drifting. They don't. They just want to get home with the shopping.
To see the kids and stuff. It's so true. I do selfishly think everybody is like me sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's and you look at the size of cars as well. You look at something like a Ford Anglia or your Vitesse. Really, really good example.
Tiny little car.
So small. Or a Toledo, they're just so small. And now you've just got this so much around you. Haven't you?
Yeah. But it's true. I would go as far as say it's probably difficult to kill yourself in a car now.
Yeah.
You'd have to be going. I think you'd have to, if you were to hit something head on and die. You've got to be doing 80, maybe more, 90, maybe more. Less than that, and you might survive it. You're going to be a little bit sore, but you might have a couple of broken bits or whatever, but you're going to survive it.
Have you had airbags go off? Have you ever done that?
Oh, mate, airbag go off.
It's alarming. I talked about that.
Yeah, it went in the.
It'll polish out.
Yeah.
But it's because it needs to be. It doesn't.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I've seen these things you can get now for OAPs that if they fall, then it's like they inflate so they don't break a hip. You need that for on the way home on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
That's a great idea.
That'd be really cool.
Piss. That could be another business idea, couldn't it? You could call it piss bags.
Yeah, or some bloke takes a swing at you. You get this thing that goes around you, it's like boing. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
That'd be hilarious. But also it'd be great for because I don't know why, but old women love jumping downstairs. I've never seen. I've witnessed.
What do you mean jumping? Falling?
Falling. They just love it. Yeah. It's just their favourite thing to do is to fall downstairs. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
Why do old people always break a hip as well?
Yeah.
Of all the things you could break.
Yeah. Why a hip?
Why a hip?
Of all the things, you've got loads of other much more easily breakable bits. But they're probably just fucking aiming for the hip, aren't they? So, I don't know, get new ones. One of the worst sounds I've ever heard is we had a radiator at the bottom of our stairs. Me and one of my exes lived together, and there's a radiator at the bottom of the stairs, and her gran came round to visit and fucking face planted the radiator.
Oh, what?
From the top of the stairs, and it was.
Was it like a ding?
Yeah, it was like ringing one of those big Chinese dong, dong.
Dinner's ready.
Dinner's ready, and fucking hell, it was horrendous. We were like, oh fucking hell, she's dead. She is dead, but she wasn't. She was absolutely fine. She got it. We lifted her up, sat her on a chair, gave her a glass of water, and she was like, "Oh, that always happens." What do you mean? Always happens.
Just don't do that.
Fucking hell, hold on to the side.
You need one. Hold on to the side.
You fucking weirdo.
You need one of those.
That was a good one. Oh, that was really good.
That was a C sharp.
That was really nice. Yeah, weird. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, crashing cars.
Crashing cars.
I wrote off, I don't know if I've ever told you about this, I wrote off 5 cars in my first month of driving.
Jesus.
My first month of driving, cars.
Have you seen?
I've written off so many fucking cars.
We'll come back to that, but have you seen that if you're under 21 or something, I can't remember what the new ruling that's come out.
Right.
But like new drivers won't be allowed to have anybody in their car who's under the age of 21.
Yeah. Seen that.
That will stop it. But it's like so annoying for people who just pass a test.
It is. Thankfully though, we're not going to be affected, are we? So sorry, kids.
Sorry, kids. Yeah.
Sucks to be you.
But go on, because it's case in point. Because you wrote off 5 in your first month.
Also, you're getting beers in.
Yeah.
Can I have a proper shandy with lager?
Yeah. I can see a progression here. Yeah. So how the hell?
So I'll tell you about that. But what I think is important is the. I'm only joking about the kids with the driving stuff. That would fucking suck. I'm a big advocate for trying to get young people to drive. Like, insurance is insane for young people. Insane. But I think they're launching a bit of a look into that to try and make it a bit more affordable. Okay. Because it's horrendous. But also, young tradies is obscene. Like, so for say like a 17-year-old or 18-year-old has been doing an apprenticeship since they were 16, and they want to start sort of doing their own work, or they need their own van. They want to start doing stuff. If you live in Manchester, to get a small van insured at 18 years old,
it's not happening,
you better
is
be
it?
earning a lot of money. It's not happening at all. It's really, really bad, and I feel really sorry for them. And with the not having, you can't have anyone younger than 21 in the car as well. It's completely mad, complete madness, because there's a lot of like young mothers and things that they will have their kids.
Well, you can't have them in the car, can you?
Yeah, and they're very responsible drivers. They're good. They pass the test just like anybody else. They've done all the stuff. And
are you going to have a 22-year-old girlfriend? That's mad, isn't it? Imagine if you were like an 18-year-old lad and you was pulled and How old are you, love?
Yeah, your missus is like, oh, I'm 19. It's like, oh, fuck.
Sorry, can't give you a lift home.
Can't get in the car with me.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's. What about those?
Oh, fucking hell. That's brilliant.
Is it?
Have you ever tasted San Miguel lemonade together?
No, I haven't, and I never will.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Belle had a first Guinness yesterday. Loved it. Half a Guinness. It's a weekend.
The chimney
What's
sweep.
going on? What's going on? Sitting in a pub.
Yeah. It's strange as well. We've got rid of the Guinness.
I'll have half a stout.
But yes, since I hope she doesn't want any from here, because we've got rid of the Guinness.
Well, it wasn't proper Guinness, was it?
Well, it was a surger. It wasn't a draft Guinness, so we decided to put it off because it was never great anyway. But we are getting new beers. So I told you about the beer thing.
No.
So we had weirdest thing on Tuesday. We had a meeting with C&J Beer Supplies or something from near on the Wirral, maybe. I don't know.
Shout out
to him. A really good bloke. So we got sold our beers made. Our beer uses a modular 20 system. which uses collapsible 20-litre pods
Oh,
and a
I
vacuum
know.
system. Yeah, because we fucking change them all the time. You have to change them all the time. And it pushes the beer through by vacuum. So
Good, it works really well.
Well, yeah, it does as a system, but it's a ball ache to change, creates so much heat and noise and everything. It is a bit annoying. Designed for festivals and small bars and stuff. So it is very handy for what it is. But it's owned by Carlsberg, and Carlsberg...
Oh, the whole thing's owned by Carlsberg?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
So the modular 20 system, so it's impossible to get any good beers, because Carlsberg don't, on their roster, they don't have any good beers. Case in point is this lovely pint here of San Miguel. It's one of the best beers in the world. San Miguel's fucking brilliant. If you drink enough of it, you'll forget all your problems.
You do every Saturday night.
Yeah, it's brilliant. But Carlsberg lost that contract, so they can't sell San Miguel anymore.
Okay.
So we are going to have to... and they sent us a list. There's only like 7 other beers. Brooklyn Brewery, Carling, it's just total dog shit. And they were like, you've got to sell one of those instead now. So we were like, well, no, I don't want to sell all that shit. There's so many other great beers in the world.
Yeah.
And they said the replacement for this is going to be Estrella.
Estrella, well done. Yeah.
Well, you're not Spanish, are you? So it's Estrella, isn't it?
Yeah, but
unless you like appropriating other people's cultures.
Estrella's all right though.
It's not.
It's not as nice as this.
No, it's not. No. This is much nicer. Oh God! If you're in the middle of work at the moment,
yeah,
are you busy driving your lorry or something? Just let me tell you how fucking nice that sip of that pint was. Then so good.
But this is the thin end of the wedge, because at the moment it's what's that, 20 to 2.
Yeah.
And you've gone from a chock-a-mocha-locker coffee thing to 2 lemonades, and now a lemonade with San Miguel in it.
What's next?
Just San Miguel.
Tequila.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. So C&J.
So phone C&J. So I just googled like what I had the idea of doing is to explain what's happening there. So because we can't buy any good beers, I spoke to Carlsberg people, InServe they're called, and I was like, right, we don't want this system, so what else can we use? Because we've got a very, very tiny bar, what else can we use? And they said, well, it's the only option. There's nothing else will work in your space. And we were like, you're talking shit, like, I'm sure, I've seen other bars, they don't know, just like, I think you're lying to us, right? And so I was like, okay, look, that's fine. If that's what you're saying, don't worry about it. I'll phone you back and we'll sort something out. We'll pick one. And then immediately I phoned this C&J. I was like, listen, mate, we've had this fucking InServe, these modular 20s, they're being a bit fucking scared. This shit's happening, all this sort of stuff. And he was like, oh, yeah, right, the old modular. I was like, yeah. And he's like, losing San Miguel, aren't they? I was like, yeah, losing San Miguel. He's like, right, okay, so what do you want? And I was like, listen, mate, what I'd love is for you to come here, survey the joint, tell me what will work, and then build it and bill me.
Yeah.
And he was like, sick. Madly, that's what I do for a living, so I'm going to fucking come and do that for you. That's really cool. So, he obviously pisses the bed, because...
How early?
8 a.m.
Oh God.
8 a.m. He said, I'll be there on Tuesday. I was like, sick, brilliant, thinking, I don't know, 1 mid-afternoon, stop for a coffee. Anyway, he goes, are you okay to be there for 8? And I was like, what? I was like, what, at night? And he was like, no, in the morning. And I was like, no, I'll still be asleep.
Weirdo.
Fucking weirdo. What? So... Anyway, so we had to get up, and we were in the bar for 8 o'clock in the morning, which is weird, because usually when we're here at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's because we haven't left the night before. So, yeah, he came in, and he was just like, right, let's go through it. So has a look at everything. We've got this big Python thing. Big compressors are down there, goes into a cleaning unit there, goes up through the big Python, down through there, into a cooler, and off to the beer pumps. And he was like, right, all that can stay. And all we do is we swap those for metal kegs. And I was like, what? Right.
Well, how do you get them cold?
It's a fucking chiller.
Oh, so
that's how they're called.
So go through the same chiller?
Exactly the same system. We're going to get a different chiller because he says that chiller's shit.
Oh.
We'll get you a smaller, less heat, a bit more of a better unit. Fucking brilliant. And I was like, so what does that mean? And he goes, you can have any beer you dream of because they all come in metal kegs.
Wow.
So we can have anything.
Now what then?
So the first thing I'm going to try and push to go for is Wrexham Lager.
Yeah, very cool.
Wrexham Lager Export even maybe just for the first one.
Exported from Wrexham to Chester.
Yeah. And that'll be the San Miguel replacement.
Yeah.
And then Nakota from Wild Horse Brewery.
Nice. Because you need a brown beer as well, don't you? Because not everybody likes lager.
Yeah. So, you got to have something a bit special.
Yeah.
So we'll go for the Nakota to start with, but most of the stuff that we can get in the cans, you can get in the metal kegs.
Cool.
So you could have...
That's quite exciting.
Oh, mate, it's so exciting. You could have Day Tripper, the White Beer, V-Spear.
Are you right at reading this now?
Yeah. You could have the Torquay over Pilsner.
You can have your
Pale
basic
Ale.
Cadence.
Fucking great, isn't it?
Who makes these names up?
I don't know. Well, I used to grow weed years ago.
Do you know what I thought you just said?
And I used to...
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Sorry, Alex. Yeah, I fixed it,
Oh,
mate.
fixed it. Nice.
Yeah, cool.
That's
what he does.
That's what he does, yeah, but not as quick. Sorry, Alan, if you listen. But so I used to grow weed years ago.
Dubai apartment.
It's bad, isn't it? You're not the only person that's mentioned that door handle.
Really?
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. You used to grow your own weed, I thought you said.
Yeah, outside as well. So, I'm a bit of a horticulturalist. I used to grow all my own vegetables, fruit, everything. I had really nice gardens, do all that sort of stuff. Never grew mushrooms. I used to pick mushrooms in Conway Mountains, but
Yeah.
anyway, so I was really good at growing stuff, and I did used to smoke weed, but I haven't done it for 5-6 years, something like that. Anyway, so and I grew a couple of different strains, and they all had really boring names. So I put them in these big mason jars when they were. You have to leave them for a few weeks after you've sort of picked them. You have to leave them, sit, and you have to open them once a day and close them out. So just mature the buds and make everything really nice to smoke. And so I do that, and they were just sat in these big mason jars. And I used to refer to them like the IPAs of the weed world, because one of the things that I really tried to develop was it was all outdoor grown, so it was in a greenhouse but outdoor, so we were just using the sun throughout the summer.
Right.
Worked perfectly because you can buy specific seeds to grow stuff outdoors.
None of this stuff in ISO containers with heat lamps.
Exactly, none of that. which I've tried before, and it's just it's a bit, and a lot adding chemicals, doing this, growing them in stones, using hydroponic systems. It's all a bit fucking gash, but so I grew them outside in soil, and I used natural fertilised natural sort of feeds and all this sort of stuff. I used tomato feed, and they made the nicest smoke, the best way. It was just like it was brilliant, really, really nice stuff. But I called them, I called one of them Welder's Bench. I can't remember what I called the other one, probably comes to me, but yeah, Welder's Bench was my favourite.
Shit on a thistle.
Yeah. And like my friends would say, have you got any of that Welder's Bench left? And I love it.
Welder's Bench.
I felt like a master brewer at the time.
Yeah.
Naming my own IPAs.
So we used to have, we set up like a low-flying conference where everybody used the Welsh airspace. This is connected, by the way.
Is this when you're doing your cocaine pickups and deliveries?
So everybody who flew in the Welsh low-level environment, we invited to Valley, and they all get give a presentation. So there were gliders, there were people who flew little Cessnas, and because we didn't want to have that arrogance. We might be flashing around a lot faster than you guys, but we don't want to bump into you, and we don't want you to bump into us. So what do you do? What's your thing? And we had a really good presentation from the police helicopter guys.
Right.
They were so cool, and they put up this film. And they said, we have an infrared camera. Said, what we want you to do is pick out which house is growing weed. And it's like, there's all these houses, and it pans across, and this thing is glowing. So bright. It's like, wow. There's a lot of energy in there, isn't it?
Sunbed business in the attic. That's weird, isn't it?
They also said the most successful weed business around Bangor was in some old tunnels because they couldn't see it. couldn't see it.
Brilliant. I
Yeah.
probably smell it either.
Or couldn't smell it either.
So that's how a lot of the houses get caught, is the smell. And when I was going in the back, it wasn't really illegal what I was doing. You are allowed to just do a little bit.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Hang on. Wait,
in a
what?
sort of take the plant, slap on the
You
wrist kind
had
of way.
some
rather
bloke come into you. Have you got any more of that welder's bench, mate? I think you'll
A
find
few of
that's
my
a
mates.
bit illegal.
Oh no, I wasn't selling it to them.
Oh.
I was just exchanging it for services and goods. But I think so. It's about how much you grow.
Okay.
So like if you had, so I had on
You
the
have
go.
2 tomato plants.
Yeah. So on the go at any time, I had 3 or 4 plants, depending on which ones came to life. Because you start off trying to grow 12, putting 12 seeds, and then they will get to certain stages and die or just not flower at all.
Sunflowers, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you get to however many you've got, and you nurture them. And I think if you've only got sort of 3, I think that so I did sort of look into it a bit, and essentially they would come around, give you a bollocking, give you a slap on the wrist, tell you not to do anything else like that, and then take the plants, and that'd be it. But you wouldn't end up going to prison or anything. So I was like, oh, fucking sweet.
No wonder you say hello, officer.
The cocaine though, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's right. Those. So we had the reason I.
If you're listening, by the way, Discovery Channel, or Channel 4, or BBC, or Dave, or anything like that, was all lies. Oh, I made up all of that. I don't do any of that. That was all lies.
Never did it.
And I don't even smoke. Don't even drink. That's fake. So yeah, just don't worry about it.
That wasn't a real policeman. That was a bloke we know dressed as a policeman.
Yeah, this is all made up. It's all lies. Just so in the future, if you do want to give me a TV show, yeah, just know that I'm joking.
Of course,
joking.
So the reason I missed out on all drugs is because other than alcohol, which would be illegal if it was invented tomorrow,
Like motorbikes.
Like motorbikes. Yes.
Anna's just turned up.
Anna's
because
just
we're
turned
opening- do you want to see Anna? Should we get her on?
Yeah. So Anna's just arrived.
Come and say hello to the viewers if you'd like. Would you like to say hello?
Do you want me to say hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can wrap it up now.
My car's just broken down.
Oh, what?
Your car's just broken down. Oh no.
Well, your granddad car.
The fucking after the turbo's just been done on it.
Yeah, the EPC or CPE, like whatever it is, came on again and dropped.
Oh my god, what a pain. Come and say hello. Everybody, this is Anna. She is the manager of the bar and Aled's soon-to-be wife.
Yeah.
Terrifying. This is very fancy.
Yeah.
It is
very
fancy, isn't it?
fancy.
I'll sit quietly over here when you finish.
Well, yeah. What were you saying then? What was that?
So the reason I missed out on all drugs is because they
You're a
used to
fucking lightweight.
they used to do random drug testing, and what
okay.
used to happen was they'd have an announcement over all of the tannoy system at RF Valley to say random drug testing in progress. Nobody is to leave.
Right.
So you weren't allowed to leave, and the following random names had to go to the gym. So the first time this happened...
God, I'd hate that.
I know. The first time that happened, you had to go and sort of every third person on the list, they'd pick a name, and I went to the gym, and I thought they took blood. I don't know why. I thought they took blood. So that it never happened before. It was very early on. So I thought, right, before I go, I better have a piss, because it's like I'm going to be up there ages. And they get there and they go, okay, this is how this is going to work. You're going to pee in a jar. And I'm going, what? And one of the things that you can't get away with is not weeing in the jar. So because it's like that makes you look a little bit guilty. So what they do is they say, okay, you have a pint of water.
Yeah.
And then you wait 30 minutes if you still can't. So you have to sit with the naughty boys who can't wee.
Wow.
And it's really annoying and embarrassing. And it's like everybody else are in, out. And when you go for a wee, you have somebody goes into the cubicle with you.
And holds your dick?
No.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Who goes in with you to make sure that you haven't got like a jar of clean piss to put in the bar.
Someone else's, yeah.
So you have somebody goes into the cubicle, basically stands back and going, yeah, you're definitely doing it right. Fuck. But I had to sit there
going,
and like,
bloody hell, what'd you feed that thing, mate?
God God's sake. So, so I had to sit there like, so you have a pint of water, wait 30 minutes, can you wee? No. A pint of water, wait 30 minutes, can you wee? I think I'll have a try. It's so embarrassing. Yeah, so that was it. But as a result,
You never took
initially
any
they
drugs?
got rid of a lot of people. Obviously not pilots, because they weren't that sort of people. But they all of a sudden, a lot of the cooks and the mechanics and people like that, it's like, what happened to where's Mike? Went, yeah, random drug testing. So it did work. It stopped it completely because you just couldn't risk it.
Wow. That's why I went self-employed. And on that note, thank you very much for watching. What time? An hour and a half?
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
brilliant.
Sorry about that episode. It felt a little bit crazy. And I'm just hyped. I think we might do another one.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hit subscribe if you feel like it. Comment, all that sort of good stuff, and we'll get round to them. And anything from you? Closing words from you, Wynne?
Don't forget, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind.
See you later.